Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors meeting for Wednesday, July 26th, 2023. I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll begin with a Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, remembering those that went before us. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we begin, I'll just review quickly. We have two opportunities for public comment this evening. The first opportunity for public comment would be for agenda items only. If you'd like to speak to any of the agenda items, please sign up in the back of the room. The second opportunity for public comment is at the end of the meeting, which is open public comment. And if you'd like to speak then, you can also sign up in the back of the room, and we'll call you when the time comes. I have three apologies for this evening. Supervisor Barry Moore apologizes he could not be here today. Bob Pellegrino, our township manager, could not be here today. Our assistant manager, Bill Wirt, is sitting next to me today, filling in. And on the agenda, we had Paul Brady from Whitetail Disposal. He was going to give us a progress report, and he also had something come up, couldn't be here this evening, and we'll see him at a future meeting. So that portion won't be discussed. Is there any public comment for the agenda items? Hearing none, we'll move on to consent items. Approval of minutes. Paula?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, if there are no objections, I request that the minutes of June 28 be approved by unanimous consent.
Second.
Thank you, Paula. And accounts payable. Kim?
Yes, I have the bills list for July 12th, 2023. Total all funds, $887,535.31. And I have the bills list for July 26th, 2023. Total all funds, $3,969,614.01.
Thank you, Kim. If there are no corrections to any of the consent items, I'll accept a motion to vote on them as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have a public hearing. I'd like to open a public hearing to consider an ordinance adding a stop sign at the intersection of Stoneyford and Signal Hill. Bob?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As referenced, there's a recommendation by the Township Traffic Engineer to add a stop sign at the southbound approach of Stoneyford Road at the intersection with Signal Hill Road. If I may make a motion.
Please.
I move to approve ordinance number 616, amending the Northampton Township Code, specifically Chapter 15, Motor Vehicles and Traffic, Part 2, to add a stop intersection on the southbound approach of Stoneyford Road at its intersection with Signal Hill Road.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion by the board? None. Is there any discussion by anybody from the public? Since this is a public hearing, we can have none. Thank you. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have a resolution authorizing a multimodal fund grant application for Phase 2 of the Richboro sidewalks. Kim?
Yes. In 2022, the township submitted a grant request to the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Financing Authority, the Department of Community Economic Development Multi-Modal Transportation Fund Program for Phase 2 of the Richboro Sidewalk Program. Unfortunately, that application was not selected for funding. Working with the township's traffic engineer, McMahon Associates, the project scope was modified to lower the project costs to improve chances of selection. The project will provide connections to the village of Richboro from the residential areas surrounding the village. These residential areas currently do not have dedicated and safe pedestrian access. It's anticipated that the completion of this project will result in additional economic growth for the village of Richboro. The Richboro Sidewalk Phase 2 project includes the addition, can we get that on TV? Okay. The Phase 2 project includes the addition of approximately 3,000 linear feet of 5-foot sidewalks in 7 separate segments throughout the village. The administration has recommended to the township that the township request $989,600 in grant funding for the construction of the proposed sidewalk, as seen is this picture that's up on the TV screen. It's the parts in pink, if you see that. For this grant round, the township can request a waiver for the 30% match as required by the grant. The township will fund the design and construction inspection of the proposed sidewalks should the project receive grant funding. To get this going, a requirement of the grant application is that we have to do a resolution from the board requesting the grant funds and authorizing a township official to execute all documents associated with the grant program. With that, I'd like to make a motion.
Please.
I move to adopt Resolution R-23-13, authorizing the township manager to file a grant application with the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Financing Authority, Department of Community Economic Development, Multi-Modal Transportation Fund Program to construct sidewalks identified in Phase 2 in the village of Richboro, and to authorize the township manager to execute all documents and agreements required by the grant program.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion by the board?
I think this is, we applied for the more expensive grant, we didn't get it, but I think this grant, where we scaled it down a little and we took the more important parts, I think it's going to be great if we can get it. So fingers crossed that we get it.
Great. Bob?
Any chance for a grant is worth taking, so I'm all in
Yeah.
favor.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we need the sidewalks to get to the village, the center of town.
Great. I'm definitely supportive. Well, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we'll go into reports. Kim?
Okay. Sorry. Okay, the senior center. Why not spend those hazy, crazy days of summer in a beautiful, air-conditioned place filled with plenty of fun and exercising activities? If you are 55 or better, now is a perfect time to join the senior center. The annual membership is only $25 for the year. The opportunities are endless for socialization, participation in activities, classes, parties, educational programs, and day trips. The center provides a wonderful support system to keep people active, vital, and independent. The seniors are getting geared up for their Boardwalk Blast on Friday, August 4th. It's a celebration of food, fun, and entertainment. The event promises to be an awesome afternoon, and I will be working as a waitress that day. I know. I am a volunteer that day. The center will be holding their annual holiday marketplace on Friday evening, December 2nd, from 5 to 8:30. If anyone is interested in being a vendor, this is a great opportunity to showcase your handcraft items to the community. The center's open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 3:30, and Tuesday and Thursday from 9 until 8. You can also check out the website at northamptonsc.com. And now on to Parks and Rec. Join Parks and Rec at the final concert this on August 3rd, backed by popular demand, is the Fabulous Grease Band. Concerts are held at the Municipal Park Amphitheater at 7 p.m. If there's inclement weather, they're held inside Welsh Elementary School. And the concerts have just been phenomenal. There'll be another one tomorrow night, and hope to see you there. A limited number of popular one-week specialty camps remain in August. Select weeks of our extremely popular golf, tennis, and archery camps, and they're still open. Register now before they're gone. The Parks and Rec Department would like to extend a big thank you to Fire Chief Adam Selisker and the Northampton Township Fire Department for allowing program participants to use the community room at Fire Station 83 in Churchville. Without your generosity, these programs would not have been held until the fall. The Miracle League Playground at Municipal Park has reopened after the installation of shade sails over the playground. Come one and all to enjoy the playground in the shade. For more information on our specialty camp, discount tickets, or free concerts, visit www.northamptonrec.com for details. And also, I would like to mention that on August 3rd, when we have, when the concert is, we are also going to honor Ed Engel as our Northampton Township Wall of Honor Award, where we recognize individuals who have made lasting contributions to the community and have contributed to the quality of life for the residents of Northampton Township, Bucks County, PA. The objective of the Wall of Honor program is to see that individuals which have made valuable and lasting contributions to the community are recognized. So we are going to be honoring Ed on August 3rd at 6 o'clock. We are also going to be having a small car show because Ed and his wife have worked so hard in the past doing our car shows for Northampton Days, and we would like to honor him and show how much we cared about the work that he did. And then I just want to bring up about our food drive. Our food drive, we just donated 3,000 pounds of food. It was approximately 2,819 pounds and $1,090 in giant gift cards. Northampton Township Fire Department had a fire truck event at Richboro Giant on Saturday, the 15th, and Sunday, the 23rd. They collected a lot of food at $900. That $900 was used to purchase 36 25 giant gift cards. The Northampton Township Police donated 100 giant gift cards from their PBA and $50 gift cards, $50 gift card to Giant. Collections were made at the Senior Center, Library, Parks and Rec camps, concert and pool, and our very own township employees. And this will be going to Jesus Focus Ministry right in Southampton that takes care of people in our area who need help. And that's it. And that's all I have. Oh, wait a minute. Can I say one more thing? I just want to remind everybody with this heat wave that's going on, please hydrate. And if anybody takes any kind of medications, especially our seniors, you need to be sipping water all day long. It's really, really important. So please keep hydrated the next week or so. Thanks.
And I'm just going to add, and just keep an eye on your neighbors, especially our seniors who are more affected by some of these heat waves than others. You know, if they may need some help, so check in on them if you don't see them. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim. Paula?
I do not have a report tonight. All the departments took off for the summer, so it's slow. No report.
Thanks, Paula. Bob?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A couple of things on behalf of the Municipal Authority. The Water Quality Report and Consumer Confidence Report, that has been completed and may be viewed on the authority's website. The report provides a comprehensive overview of the water quality supplied by the authority to its customers. As to the inflow and infiltration abatement, the authority continues to invest significant capital reserves to minimize extraneous water from entering the authority's sewer system. These long-term investments will reduce overall operating costs or reducing hydraulic overloading in the system. Please note that some pumps are prohibited from discharging to the authority's sewer collection system. And finally, as to the low-income payment assistance that's available through the NVCMA, participants who have overdue water bills or are at risk of losing water service due to financial hardship may apply between July 10th and August 11th of this year. To find out if you qualify, please visit the authority's site, and you can find more information there. That's all I have.
Thank you, Bob. I just have one thing to report. I check with all the emergency services each month, and this month was pretty easy. Everybody said the same thing. Please remember, do not drive through water on the roads. Turn around, don't drown. Water can be very dangerous. It doesn't take very much water to float your car and to put you in a really bad position. We all know that there's been some serious incidents in Bucks County recently, and just take the extra time, turn around, and find a better way to go. You don't want to be surprised. And you also put all of the rescue people in great peril if they have to come try to get you out of the water. So it affects more than just the people in the car. Thanks for that. Bill, do our managers and assistant managers report tonight?
Good evening. I would like to report that the township's microsurfacing project is about halfway complete. There's a few roads that are left to go: Matthew Circle, Emily Drive, Aaron Drive, Bryan Drive, and Lisette Drive are yet to be completed in the next couple weeks. Please visit our website for information, because this is weather dependent. And the schedule could change. Residents on those streets have been notified of the schedule. And one added component to this was wanted to let everyone know also that, unfortunately, it does have some impact on the trash collection on those streets. However, we've working with Whitetail. They will be coming out earlier in the day, in the morning, before the projects get started. And please observe all the road signs in those areas and avoid driving on them until they're released to be driven on. That's all I have.
Thank you, Bill. Solicitor's report, Joe?
Yes, the minutes of the meeting should reflect that the board met in executive session for approximately 40 minutes immediately prior to this evening's Board of Supervisors meeting. Present for the executive session were the 4 members of the Board of Supervisors present at this meeting, together with the assistant township manager, the township engineer, and me. A single matter of pending litigation was discussed. No official action was taken during the executive session, and no official action is required at this evening's meeting as a result of that executive session. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Engineers report, Amanda?
And no report tonight. Yes.
Thanks, Amanda. We're to public comment. I have one. Joe? Hi, Joe.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Board, Joe Johnston. Come from parts unknown in Northampton Township. Sorry I came in late, so please, I wanted to ask these questions. I did come in a little late, and I didn't get the information. So it was about the grant for the sidewalks. 2 questions. One, if there was a match, if there was one, how much would that be? And 2, what is the status of that project now? In other words, where are we at now? We're 20% done, 50% done. And where will we be if we're successful in getting this grant? Where will we be? Approximately. I'm not going to hold you to any numbers, just so we can get a ballpark as to where the project's at.
Sure. I was just asking if he was prepared to answer. He does have some information for you.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Did you have anything else, or was that your?
So, and for people who don't know, I mean, you know, the revitalization of Richboro has been going on for a while. There's studies, stuff like that. But I think one of the main catalysts, and I'm sure you'll agree, was that to bring more businesses into the township, then hopefully lower the taxes for the residents. That was, you know, talked about when the project started. And, you know, we've been attracting some businesses, but you also have to attract people. Okay, so obviously there's some road improvements coming, the circle, try ease the traffic, things like that. But I've been here a number of times. I even sent an email about the bike lanes on 2nd Street Pike. Okay, right now they end in Southampton. They could be easily extended into Northampton and end right there in Richboro. You know, we're spending money to revitalize the borough, which is a good thing. I'm not against that. But it's low-hanging fruit. Now, in the email I sent, it was actually a year ago this month, I asked everyone to you know, ride on 2nd Street Pike, you know, not to get to where you're going, but to look at how easily this project can be done, the bike lanes. There's plenty of room on both sides of, I guess that's what, north and south, 2nd Street Pike. So I don't understand why it's not done, Mr. Chairman. You've said in the past, if there's grant money out there, Northampton Township's going to get it. There's grants for these projects. It's not going to be part of the repaving project, unfortunately, that the state's going to be doing soon, but there's still other grants out there. And even if we're not successful getting them, at least we'll hopefully be in the queue for future grant money. So and I really like to hear board comment, because I appreciate the exchange between myself and the chairman, but we elect individuals. And, you know, I find it hard to believe that nobody thinks that's a good idea to extend those bike lanes. So I'd like to hear from individuals. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. We will just give you a little bit of background on the sidewalk. Mr. Wirt has some information.
Yeah, I'm going to ask if Nick could pull up the map here. If you can see here, Joe, I don't have a percentage of what has been completed. Visually, all the white has been completed. What we're going after for in this grant is for the pink sections to extend it further out into the residential sections outside the village. To your question about the match, there is an opportunity to ask for a waiver from the 30% match. And like we did with the last year's application, we requested that, but the township is submitting, it will pay for, if funded, pay for the design and inspections of that, of those sections. The state likes to have the community have some buy-in. So the application itself is requesting a zero match. But the township is, if awarded, will commit to paying for the inspections and the design.
Okay. Is there any other public comment? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.